Alright, what's up, Coxman? This is Black Bolt here. I'm just going to be doing a HoLoWiWi guide for some of our clansmen who might be wanting to try it out and knowing which bases to use it on. And yeah, so I'm not claiming I'm the master of it. The Hulk files, which in the description I'll post a link to his stuff. He has a channel almost solely dedicated to HoLoWiWis and GoHoWiWis, so um, he's definitely a master of it. I've used it. I know Patria in our clan has used it pretty well as well. So we both seem to really like that strategy, and we both use it pretty effectively. So we definitely have a lot of it down. We're definitely not near the Hulk file status of it or anything, but I'm just going to show you my raid that I used it on. So I believe I hit number 6. Yep, there it is. So I'm just going to tell you when you want to use it first before we really delve deep into this, and it's when you have centralized air defenses seems to be the best case for when you want to use it, because these air defenses don't cover their outside buildings very well. Like this ring is probably something around here. Maybe probably a little bit bigger than that, but either way, when you get a balloon on top of it, by the time the balloon's over it, it's going to get one bomb off and then it's going to die and it'll drop down and usually finish off the building. But on higher upgraded stuff like this one is, a lot of these things actually require 2 balloons. Black cannons require 2 balloons. Whiz towers require 2 balloons. Level 10 archer, or is it level 11? I don't know. But the black archer towers I know require 2. And if you know that there's going to be bombs, you're going to have to bring more balloons in. Usually I would say bring 2 extra balloons than what you think. So going into the raid, you're going to count how many balloons you need. So for me, it was 1, 2, 1, 1. Actually, I'll mark it. So I knew I needed 2 to go down here. So 2 for this. Then you're gonna be dropping balloons over each of these. And I found out later on that cannon was actually really hard to get to. And it didn't end up working out for me. But yeah, so you're just going to keep going down, and you're going to keep counting, and it's going to be 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. And that's just kind of letting you know like how many you need on each thing. But you keep going, and then you get your total count of balloons. And once you get your total count of balloons, I would say probably add 2 to be safe. When the cases you want to throw an extra balloon down is if you see a lot of air mines come up and probably going to take out your balloons or your loons. And or if you see a Tesla pop up, immediately drop another one because they're going to need that extra hitting power there. Those are kind of the scenarios where having 2 extra balloons can benefit you a lot. So yeah, so let's, and also in this, if we look at the bottom left, I did have both my heroes this time, which is a good feeling going in, but you need a kill squad as well, because you're going to want to have a little bit of extra balloons when they're done finishing off this stuff to draw the CC out, which in this one, the CC is pretty easy to draw out, once they move like even like 2 squares in from the defenses they're in that CC pull range. So I knew I was going to be pulling from the bottom, and that's why I started at the top, because I didn't want to pull them out and then have them like pull them out if I started at the bottom, and then the balloons would if I start at the bottom here and they're killing, and then they're going to start going towards here, and that's going to pull the CC. And I knew that if the CC got pulled, that then they would go try to help up here on the top defenses I was attacking, and I didn't want any extra damage hitting my loons up there. So I may have been able to do it in time, but it's not worth the risk. So I do that last. I do the bottom last where I'm going to be pulling the CC. If your loons fail on pulling the CC, definitely drop. Take. As you can tell, I only have 8 hogs and CC hogs, so 14 hogs total. But it's definitely, you can't not pull the CC. So if your loons were to fail, and you are like sitting there like, what do I do? Drop 2, because most likely you want to make sure they go in range. So if I got all of this, but for some reason, if I got all of these, but for some reason, I didn't pull the CC, like they died right as they killed the last building, drop 2 hogs. They're just going to go to the nearest building, or even 1, but you just got to make sure that you get all of it. So I'd probably say 2 to be extra safe. But let's see here. So a kill squad consists of 1 to 2 witches, some wizards, and you have the barbs and archers to pull the CC to a corner you want. So that's what that's going to be doing. And once you clear out the outside buildings, all that's going to be left, the outside defenses, I should say, all that's going to be left is the core. And the problem you'll see here is the archer queen is centralized, and the BK isn't as big of a deal. He still does some damage to your hogs, but the archer queen's what's really scary. So you're going to want to lead your kill squad. So I draw them over here, and you're going to want to lead your kill squad so that it's heading towards the queen. Luckily, there's no buildings out here to really like have me go this way. Like there's nothing pulling me this way. So I knew that if I dropped him here, I was going to go in the right direction, right towards that queen. And that's what the rage is for. The rage is for ensuring that that queen dies, and that my 2 heroes I'm going to drop with it and all that stuff can do a little bit of damage over here, clear some buildings out for me. And you'll see this time, I actually was watching a 1Hive raid, which I also will recommend. I guess I can put them in my description as well. And he was saying, why not drop your hogs in through the rage spell? If you could come in from any angle anyways, because if once all these defenses are gone, I can get to that core any direction I want, drive my hogs. So why not use that rage to get your hogs in there faster, and they'll kill the buildings faster. So I thought that was a really good idea. The wall breakers are for breaking this this compartment right here. So I knew once I broke that they would go this way. And that would lead me right to the AQ. So that's what the wall breakers are for. Yeah, so I think that explains why I chose all those troops I did. And so let's kind of look at the deployment. Now for deploying your loons, the best thing to do is to don't do like one at a time. Don't like drop like 2 here and then go over here and hit 1, and then go over here and hit 2, and then go over here and hit 1, and then go over here and hit 2. Because when you do that, this whiz tower is going to start off hitting these, and then this archer tower is going to start off hitting these too, if it's in range, And now you have 2 hitting 1 of your area of balloons. So now one of them's going to die. One of them's going to die. I guess red's a better color for die. And one of them's going to die, and it's going to mess up your thing. Now there's not enough loons to kill that wizard tower. So if you're going to do it, I actually started off hitting, I know I did a bad job showing you, but I started off hitting 2 here, And then at the same time, I did this and this one. And at the same time, I did these two and these two. So when you're doing HoLoWiWi, I 100% recommend fully zooming out. And I feel like almost any raid that's good, because then you can see the most that you can. Make sure you do it on HoLoWiWi because you want to be able to release your balloons properly, because it really does make a difference. And we're going to keep going here. And so, as you'll see, this Archer Tower is just hitting this one balloon, which is perfect. This Archer Tower is just hitting this one balloon, which is perfect. So, we're going to continue. And so, here's where I made a mistake. And I should have really looked closely, but I guess on my black cannon, it's not this black cannon. I dropped this balloon to get there, and since those wizard towers are still alive, it ends up going towards the wizard tower. So I guess in hindsight, I should have waited for that wizard tower to die, but I really didn't think about it. So I think I end up getting lucky there anyways, but that's something where it happens. I can't just sit there and fret about it. You got to get on with the rest of your raid. So I start dropping more loons. As you can tell, this loon dropped its bomb. The top defenses are about to go down. And the same thing on the bottom deployment. As you see, I did one. I did one here, two here, two here, and I'm about to drop those two right there. And that's the purpose. The mortar really only needs one, but the purpose is I wanted to make sure I drew that CC out. So yeah, we'll look at the top, see what cleared out. So the reason why I brought an extra one on that top mortar is because just in case one of these buildings were left, it would have veered off and finished it if that happened. So it was kind of a precautionary thing. I found out, or more I'm doing them, the more loons I like to bring to ensure that those defenses get down. Because you can keep, like, as long as there's not a ton of space in the core, for spring traps and stuff, you can keep a small group of hogs alive through your heal spells, and they'll still tear stuff up. You don't need 20 hogs. So that's something that I'm learning about too. Like I said, I'm not a pro at this yet. These are just the thoughts that I had during this raid. So the CC gets pulled right there, dragon, some archers, and this 8 archer tower lives. So that was not according to plan, and this cannon lived. But luckily I got this one over here. But yeah, so that didn't go good, but I know I'm going to be dropping my kill squad on the left side, and that cannon's way too far away to really help kill my kill squad, so I felt pretty good still drawing the troops to the left. So one barb over here, and his goal is to just keep drawing him to the corner. And then those 2 witches come down because I know right there that they were distracted, so they just need to get their skellies up, and if they can get their first round of skellies up, it's all over for the ground troops. Now, the reason why I brought a lot of wizards, I usually like to bring 6, but I brought a little bit extra this time because dragons are a pain to kill. And I actually asked for one of my CC when I'm defending because I know that dragons suck to kill. So I want to make you miserable when you're attacking my base. So, yeah, so I dropped the heroes down. The Archer Queen's purpose is for me to help kill that dragon. And now here's where I know things are going good. Those buildings were killed, and all my troops are heading this way. and you'll see that the wall breakers are dropped are heading right for that wall. That's exactly where I want them to go. And these second ones will maybe get there. I don't really remember if they do get there, but that was their purpose. So we're going to keep going here. And I dropped the rage down because I really want to make sure they get to this Barb King. And it looks like the wall breakers do end up blowing that up for me. So that's huge. I broke into both layers with just 4 wall breakers. And but the main point was, even if I didn't get into the core, the hogs are going towards the core anyways. So I knew that going in. And even if my troops were just to go around and clean up, I'm fine with that. I didn't really need my heroes in the core, but you'll see that my heroes actually end up going into the core, which makes it even crazier. But this is what I was saying about dropping the hogs and letting them go through the rage. They're going to get to the core quicker, and time can be a problem when you take the time to pull the CC and all that stuff. So I've seen a lot of people run out of time trying HoLoWiWi. But so anything to speed up your troops, get in there quicker. I thought, why not run them through the rage? So we're going to keep watching here. I just dropped the CC, just getting more hogs down. And my first heal is going to go down there. And I'm pretty sure I just hit my BK ability. So getting that maximum effective health out of them. And those hogs are just going through. I dropped this heal too high. And I think it was just a misclick. Just in the heat of the moment, I accidentally hit this way too high. Because if I had it down a little bit, it could still be healing. If I did it here, and this is the top of the heal, it could still be healing some stuff down here. And that would have been nice. But I did drop that one too high, but keeping the hogs alive still, and that's the main goal. So the BK is actually still alive in all this chaos. And the hogs are just going around. They're not even getting hit by anything, really. My BK took almost all the damage for them. So, yep, the hogs are just going to clean up here. And that last archer tower, which I'm thinking about now, if I were to do it again, obviously I got the 3 stars, so I wouldn't change anything. But it would have been probably nice to have dropped the CC hogs here and then have them go into the core. Whereas I dropped them here to keep going in with the rest of them. Because then they would have met up in the core anyways. And they wouldn't have had to run outside of this building. So that would have saved time. But ends up working out because my Archer Queen and my Kill Squad went high. And my Hogs went low. So it worked out that way. But just something to think about if you have a building left out like that. And so now it's all cleaned up. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because this is the point where everything's completely out of your hands. And also, I hit the AQ ability right away because she's full health, and I know those extra archers could come in handy. So the longer you have those archers up, the more troops you have on the board killing things. So it's just something to think about to increase your efficiency. And yeah, so just clean it up here. They go high, and I was for sure they're going to hit a giant bomb somewhere in here, but they didn't. So, Archer Queen ended up going bottom and getting those ones that the hogs missed, and the hogs ended up going top. So that was weird how that worked out. But yeah, so that was the HoLoWiWi. I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I'm not a pro at it yet. I just kind of get the concept pretty well, and it's worked out for me in a lot of raids, or not a lot, but in a good amount of raids. So, yep, so that's the HoLoWiWi, guys. See you later, Coxman. This is Black Bull signing out.